Judging how my time has been spent in Austin for the first 2 days, it was very likely that I was going to rip some skin off my body there, but I did it. I'm okay.
You did it.
I only teeth a little body.
Your body looks great.
Thank you, fellas.
But, okay, so walk me through. So Richard told me that you slammed you got your
Do people know that Matt got injured, or you guys are aware?
But when Richard told me the story, he was like, yeah, we were headed to dinner, and then I was like, no more dinner, Matt, gotta get you to the hospital. I'm like, wow, so you took Matt to the hospital. He was like, no, we enjoyed our dinner, but Matt went. So Rich called on you, and he went and had a
I called Uber.
It's quite a story. It's quite a story because at the very end of it, I realized that nobody knew what the hell happened at all because I met up with them as I got back from the doctor. We sat at a table in the lobby of the hotel. He gave me a big bag of food, and I'm sitting there, and I can feel Rich, right? He's tentatively looking at me, and he's just like...
I have a hard time making eye contact with Matt because he's beautiful.
Yeah. But typically he doesn't have a hard time opening his mouth, letting words fall out. It's just eye contact. Right. At this moment in time, I felt that he was thinking about saying something. And finally he did. He said something. He goes, how did you slam your hand in your own door? That's what he says. I'm here with a degloved finger full of stitches and surgical glue. And he says, I did this to myself.
It seems self-inflicted.
The gall.
It seems like I cried for help.
You just had this wonderful steak dinner. This poor guy's at the hospital by himself while you're eating your mashed potatoes.
No, there's a doctor there.
Who was a University of Florida fan, so he hated me as a Seminole. I blew a syringe across the room and landed in the check-in desk.
That's never safe.
It wasn't good. So we're sitting at the table. This is kind of the end of the story, but we're going to start here. Okay. And Adam Rose is sitting there just enjoying his free dessert that he got from the super van at Terry Black's. It was something with bananas.
Oh man, I tell you, that fan loves hers from Adam Rose. She gave us free banana pudding.
And while Adam Rose is sitting there absolutely clueless, he's just got his face deep in this banana pudding.
Clueless? He was with us when you got injured.
I know, but he was still clueless the whole time. And Rich goes, how did you slam your own hand in your own door with your own finger and all this shit? And I go, Adam Rose slammed my hand in his door. I, however, after that, shut my door also on my hand. So it was 2 doors on my hand.
Wait, hold on.
I didn't know that. This is what happened.
What kind of car?
I got out of the Uber.
Has 2 doors.
I'm in
That you have to get out of. Yeah. Did you have a street door there? Are you sure you weren't in a house? Are you sure you weren't leaving a house?
I open the door, I get out, and for whatever reason, I step out like this, and I grab the door with this hand, and with the intent to go like this and shut it behind me. As I do that, I have my hand on the post in between the front door and the back door.
Right.
The doors are open. So I open the door, my hand on the post. I go to swing the door closed behind me, all very quickly. And as I swing the door closed, I realize my hand doesn't move because it's already stuck in the fucking door. And then it's too late because it all happens so fast. Right. So my fingers in the door squished like down to a 1/4 inch thick.
That's Adam Rose's door?
That's Adam Rose's door. And then it's now too late because I've already released my hand from the door and realized, uh-oh, my door. Wait. And now my finger is stuck in a gap about a 1/4 inch big in between the back door and the front door.
Oh, so there's no real, like, there's no space between.
No, there was a space. This wasn't big enough for a finger. And so in this moment, the Uber driver inches forward. And I go, ah!
You pull it out. You're pulling it on out. You can't pull it out.
Well, even if he's not seeing it. We've lost Robbie, guys.
So then I just kind of freak out, and I'm standing there like, ooh, Jason Mans is literally inside ordering. He didn't know what was happening.
He was in there slicing brisket with his
And Jason tells me yesterday, he walks over to Rich, and he's like, hey, what's going on? We're going inside to eat. And Rich is like, I don't know, Matt got it. Stuff like this.
I'll say this, I've known Matt
The
for...
lack of empathy.
You were eating smoked turkey while I was bleeding out.
I did not know that Matt got injured. I did not see the store thing. I got out on the other side. But what was crazy is I knew Matt was... I've known Matt a long time, and Matt has ice baths and works out and was a boxer and fought his way through high school. When Matt was silently over there going, I'm like, he's in pain. Well, finally...
You went like this. He's in pain. Yeah, I'll have the... Can
I get a side of coleslaw?
How are your stuffed olives?
When I said it, I go, he's in pain. He is not going to be able to eat here. No, it's for here, sorry. What did you do? Table for 3, not here.
Yeah, it turns out it's going to be 3 of us.
Dude, I could tell you were in serious pain because you were bad. You were
So,
silent.
buddy, did you get stitches? What?
I got like 8 stitches, and then they couldn't stitch the top, so they glued like a strip of skin, which I'm sure is going to look real cool when it heals.
He's not kidding about knocking the needles, bro. He's not kidding. You got to tell the story about knocking the needles.
Knocking the needles? What does it mean, knocking needles? That's dirty.
Don't Google knocking needles. Get your story popular.
The government will be watching your Google now.
And don't Google, is it bad to pull it out? That's going to be the answer.
So I'll tell the story as fast as I can in hopes to answer your question.
Pull it out.
So I'm standing there, Jason Mans goes full dad instinct. I'm covered in blood. People are starting to kind of like turn and look at us. Rich steps up, he goes, I'm going to get on this, and he schedules the whole thing out immediately. I'm going to get you an Uber, I'm going to get you over to this surgery. No, hey, 2 hours too long. Schedules another one, gives me another one.
Okay, good.
Everybody's jumping in action.
You fucking... Good.
Good. So Jason Mans comes out, and now this hand is just like Carrie's face covered in blood because I'm squeezing it, and it's like,
It's like, who's Carrie?
Carrie the movie, the Stephen King movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. Gotcha. I'm with you. Carrie's face. Go.
And so now we huddle into a corner 10 feet away from like 75 people eating at Terry Black's. And they're all looking at me going like this. And there's blood all over my hand and 4 big dudes just standing around me like, I don't know what to do.
The dudes are like, you're like, hurt yourself.
No, they thought we did something bad. The chefs started working their way out the smoker, and the chefs at Terry Black's were like, Jason Mans with tattoos and way scary. They're all like, y'all all right? Like we did, because my whole business...
You're going to need to take this off our property.
It literally looked like I homelanded somebody's park.
I was speaking my own way.
Yeah. So Rich gets me in the Uber, another Uber, that Uber leaves because he's like, fuck, if I got his finger in the door, I'm out of here, I don't want to deal with it. So another Uber comes, I get in that Uber, we go to the thing, it closes at 8, it's like 7:51.
Oh, you're the, yeah.
I pull up to the urgent care, and literally I see somebody like mopping,
Oh, man.
lights off.
Oh, no.
You see the doctor, he's just washed his hands, he's like, yeah, my dinner reservation's at what time?
Oh, jeez.
I walk up, I'm like, hi, hey, I'm not sure, I think I need some stitches. And he's literally like, beep, beep. Come on. No joke. Didn't want to deal with it. I get inside, the lady's like, can you fill out this, here's the clipboard, come back when you're done. I'm like, I'm like about to pass out.
Dude, I'm about to pass out right now.
I'm like, do you have a digital version, or is there something I can do?
Are you okay if I sign in my own blood?
She goes, just use your left. I couldn't write it in a script, it wouldn't be believable.
Wow.
She goes, just use your left. And I'm like, at this point, about to be like, you know what? So I take the pen and I dribble down the paper, I fill it out. The guy brings me in the back. He goes, oh yeah, he comes in and he's like at the computer and you hear him with the doctors. 2 people in urgent care. The nurse that's like 18 years old, never seen a flesh wound before. And then the 55-year-old University of Gainesville Gator, who I'm gonna find out later hates me. So you literally hear him like this on the thing. He goes, there's nobody near him. He's just frustrated that everything off. So he's like typing on a computer 10 feet away from me with the door open in the room. He's like, sighing and breathing, but like so I can hear it on purpose. Like,
Oh my God.
and I'm like, okay. He comes in and like, hey doc, and like I sense that he thought I was some drunk Joe Jock got in a fight on 6th Street, and now I'm here. And this Friday, I get it. And so he comes in and he looks at it like, look, man, I'm not sure if I'm gonna need stitches. And at this point, I'm shaking and I peel the thing off, and he's like, yeah, that doesn't, I think we're gonna be good. And then he like looks close and he bends my finger and it opens up like a car hood.
Good night, Robbie's leaving everybody. Good night, Robbie.
It flips forward like a Corvette, fuck, Corvette. What's under the hood is blood and guts, man. And then he goes, whoa, yeah, you're gonna need some sutures. And I'm like, yeah, great, let's get it done, because Terry Black's could still be warm by the time I get there. And so the nurse comes in and she's got a big thing of pink solution. She's like, oh, I'm just gonna clean this up. Oh. She touches my finger and I'm like, no! It's worst pain until the next worst pain that I don't have. She walks out, she's like,
Was she able to clean it or no?
No, she wasn't able to clean it. So the doctor comes in and he goes, so apparently I gotta numb you up before she cleans it. Sorry? Comes back with a syringe. He goes, you know how this goes, right? I go, yeah, man. I've had Achilles rupture, solar, everything's been broken, cut, repaired on my body. No big deal. Do it. Let's go. No problem. He proceeds to go like this with the needle, sitting on the thing. It's important. I'm sitting up here. Doctor's like this on his doctor chair. I lay my arm, and I just kind of turn away. I'm like, yeah, okay, just here we go. I see him, he's inching into the thing, and then when he gets about 3 inches from my finger, his other hand enters the frame, and he grabs the hood of my finger, opens it up, and then shoves the needle into the bone. Like, and I go, and I, out of reaction, because typically when this has been done to me before, when I had reconstruction on my ankle, there was 3 gentlemen the size of Jason Mann holding me down so they could numb me. There's nobody holding my arm, and I'm like, just deal with this shot in the finger, we've all prick. He sticks the needle in, and I go, no! And the needle goes into the waiting room. The whole silver tray has got a big bucket of pink cleanser on it for my hand, all over the table. And he, now we'll turn it around, right? Here's the thing. Here's the doctor. Doctor's sitting there. There's my face up here. He goes, deep inhale, eyes closed, as if he was an actor going for the moment. Eyes closed, looks up and goes, you have to deal with it.
Have to deal with it, Robert.
Word verbatim.
Word for word, fellow.
At this point, I'm about to vomit and completely pale out. I'm clammy and I'm sweaty. I go, okay, I'm sorry.
Just for a little side note, Clammy and Sweaty are Robin our gamer names.
And our DJ names.
What?
So I go,
DJ Clammy. Okay, so
I go, okay.
Man, you should have gone to the
I
hospital.
put my arm down. I go, okay, just give me a second. And I go like this. Now I'm showing Robbie. Most of you have already seen, so turn the bed this way. I put my arm down and go like this.
Matt holding Matt's hand.
My knee and my other hand. Yeah. And so now my thing's like this.
Does that hurt right now?
It kills him.
Don't do it.
And he goes,
You're turning your finger blue.
he goes, it's actually thread from the blue cardigan from the man. He then proceeds to inject me 8 times.
Oh my God.
8 times, Robert.
8 times?
In a cut that was 1 inch long.
Why 8 times?
I don't know, but then I couldn't feel anything. And in that moment of relief, I look up and he's got a Miami Dolphins pin.
Okay.
Like a...
Okay, now we're getting something.
yeah.
Right, we're on.
And
Florida.
what if I learned from Rich and Rob? If anything, make a joke, win a guy over.
Yeah.
Make a joke. When I got over.
I go, you son of a bitch.
Strong opening.
But now, keep in mind, I can tell what type of Southern dude this was. It has some Florida connection. This is kind of my place of being. I understand.
Yeah,
this type
speaks
of
your
folks.
language.
And he goes, yeah, that's right. I was like, you're from Florida? He's like, University of Florida, Gainesville. And I go, that's when I said something. I go, you son of a bitch. You know somehow I went to FSU and I'm a Florida State Seminole. That's why those shots hurt so much. He started cracking up.
He laughed?
He laughed.
Okay.
And we became literally fast friends.
Okay.
Then he sutures me up and this whole thing was making all these Florida jokes and all this stuff.
Right.
Bring on the joke.
Yeah, and then, so flash forward again to the end of the story where I get my barbecue, I'm back in the hotel, and Adam Rose has no effing idea that he tried to assassinate me by finger.
I did not realize until you're telling the story now that Adam Rose closed your finger door.
I knew that, and I wasn't even there.
I'm not sure Adam even knows now.
So when you sat down with these guys, these fat cats, full bellies,
Full bellies, couldn't even talk.
they were like, man, what happened? They weren't.
Look at the, well, let's talk about the food you brought up. Like a king, I would treat.
Okay, they got you a good bag.
I mean, it was really good.
Yeah.
Like, when I think about bags,
and you said you didn't take pain meds.
No, they were.
That's why you get hurt, is to get those good meds.
I know. I was in a moment, and I was like, I don't need them. And now I regret that.
Said Rich and Rob never.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I literally.
I don't know, doctor's gonna give me most high.
Do you have the cannabis ones? Do you have the cannabis thing? So I have to tie my arm to.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
we saw.
You broke the internet with that.
Right, I was really trying to go for some clickbait.
I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, Matt's involved in some weird sexual kinky shit.
Apparently that bed frame is selling like hotcakes. I want the one where you can hang your hot finger.
So here we go.
Here we are. Wow, what a story.
Man.
What a
And I'm
story.
happy to see you guys, and I'm happy that I'm 9 3/4 digits strong. You know?
First time, I mean, beat the rush. Usually, I like to think it's usually Rob who goes to the hospital first.
Yeah.
Not this time, Robbie.
Yeah.
Blue ribbon, the blue finger goes to.
That's
And there was talk before kind of Rich said, no, you need to go to the hospital. We were like, he like called the hospital and they were like, yeah, it's 2 hours. I was like, we should eat first.
No, there was not talk. You said some dumb shit. There was not talk. As he's pouring blood and like,
I was like, please.
he was so much pain, he's holding it, and I'm like, okay, that, I'm not even talking to you. I'm over here like, oh, that was an hour wait. You're like, yeah, let's grab a bite first. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grab everybody around us. Like, don't mind us, we're just gonna bleed all over the table. Like, point your bloody finger when you want, man.
we were hungry too, right?
Can I get some barbecue sauce? Oh, sorry.
One of the things we were worried about, though, obviously we're worried about Matt's health. Obviously. But also, Adam Rose wore white pants. He was inviting disaster from the moment we left the
Did you get blood on his pants at least?
I tried.
When we got down to the lobby, and Adam Rose comes down in white pants, and I literally go, how do you say, I don't know how to eat fucking barbecue without saying, I don't know how to eat fucking barbecue? Tight-ass white pants. I mean,
Is that when you got a Yankee down in Texas?
yeah, he was like, oh, I'd like to get some of this BBQ. And I'm like, so he wore the white pants, I'm like, this is gonna go badly for you, dude.
Yeah.
At one point, this is a miracle. Adam Rose was a blessed man that night because we had injured Matt flinging his hand around, like, ripping it out, grabbing it.
I had blood, shirt, and jeans.
He was going to get, Jason's getting him ice and rags, and so we, blood. Adam Rose, unscathed. We go to a barbecue restaurant, 3 different kinds of barbecue, spraying all over the stuff. Adam Rose, unscathed. We had wine with our barbecue. Red wine.
Surely.
Nothing on Adam Rose.
Well, you know who Adam Rose is not?
You.
Rob Bennett.
Yeah, no. Rob can wear that outfit to a barbecue restaurant and get white pants, get barbecue sauce on white pants he left at home. It's unbelievable.
No, it's...
I go home, I'm going like, oh,
I wear white shirts all the time, and they're all stained.
Oh my God!
They're all
I've
stained.
seen what you've done to white
You've
shirts.
seen, you've commented out in public.
Well, I just said tie-dye everything. That way you just beat the rock.
I'm trying with chocolate and red wine.
Yeah, go around with a burgundy color.
Wow. Well, it just goes to show you, don't figure your Uber. Right? It's something along those lines.
Yes.
Can you figure yourself?
That was the last time on that with Adam Rose.
Everybody, don't think you're Uber. You know, but don't hear that? Good people Uber. But that's
Well, let's take a question, shall we?
Let's do it.
Sure, why not? Starting over hither.
Okay, hither.
All right. Along with Brett. Is it one of those questions?
It's a pretty good question.
Oh, yeah.
If you could possess anyone for 24 hours and completely ruin their lives,
I possess Rob Benedict.
You couldn't say it like I was about to say it for you.
No. I possess Rob Benedict, and I would, oh Lord, what would I do? I would send threatening emails to high-ranking officials so that the Secret Service should let me go. I would do what Rob wants to do anyway and hit on my wife violently so that Machete loses respect for him, and probably as the Mason. I would, oh gosh, what would I do? I mean, the list goes on.
The thing is, you've done most of these things without even possessing. Again, yeah.
I'll do it again. I would shave my beard down to a Hitler mustache. I'm giving Rob. I think it's offensive. But,
The headline will be like, Rob Benedict shaves to a Hitler mustache. Like, I never said that.
fellas?
I think I possess Jensen Ackles. And not to ruin his life, just to see what that would be like. I'm the most perfect man living.
Did you eat your canals?
Sorry, I'm the most perfect man living. What are we doing?
You wouldn't have to ask what we're doing. You're like, I don't know.
I'm gonna ruin muscle my ass.
Well, that happened, guys.
He is fine with the finger injury, but we lost him with some kind of rectal tear.
I'm imitating Jensen Ackles, and
And then we get the doctor like, oh yeah, we get that a lot.
it's hard
We get the ankles tear.
You get to the hospital like, what happened to you, son? I was trying to walk like a friend. That's how he runs. It's not really his walk.
Yeah, so I wouldn't ruin his life. I'd just like walk in those shoes for a day. Man,
Yeah, that'd
that'd be fun.
Yeah, I tell you what, your Jensen would not approve of my Rob's Hitler mustache. He wouldn't say to you, what are you doing? It's true. What do you think you're doing?
It's true. And I'd probably slap you in the face. Jensen, I'm not me.
I get it. And I'm Rob. I'm not me.
What did I say yesterday?
Spilling wine all over his pants and stuff.
I would possess Adam Rose and put his fingers in all of the doors. Every door that I see. I would just walk up to it and go, look.
Wham! That would hurt you.
You would be Adam Rose.
You'd be in that pain.
Do I get to go back to Matt at some point?
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, screw his 10 digits then.
Thanks for the question. It's a good question.
Over here.
I did.
I know, so I've heard Matt's embarrassing injury stories. Do Rich and Rob have any embarrassing injury stories?
That's obvious.
Yeah, dude. I got lots. I'm gonna choose one.
So many you told me. Don't spoil anything. But
What ones have I done? Oh,
you
what?
get the running in the hotel, and then this one.
Oh, yeah.
What's the running in the hotel?
I don't know. Wants to tell them just because
I don't remember that.
little tag mark.
What was it?
The running in the hotel, and you got this.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't in the hotel, it was at my house.
Oh, was that your house?
Yeah. Yeah, I had this thing at the house. Just, just like a weird combination of things.
Like you had a heavy dinner and so too much water?
Yeah, something like that. And wine, beer, shots, Vicodin, weed. And
Was this when you were in Green Day? Like, what was
it was just a weird sort of like, I had a little party, different people offered me things, so I was like, sure, I'll try that. Okay, I'll smoke that.
This is your college days, I assume?
No, sir. I had 2 children at the time. And, it was beginning the end of my marriage. But the thing is, I thought I was going to pass out, and so I did what every smart person does when he thinks he's going to pass out. I ran. Because I thought if I get away from people, no one will know I just passed out. And so I was trying to run back to my bedroom. Next thing I know, I am covered in blood. I cracked my head open. I basically passed out and hit the floor. And it was. I've had a lot of embarrassing things happen to me, but it's up there with one of the worst. But yeah, covered in blood, just split my head open, and had to go to the hospital. And they're like, has he had anything to drink? And they're like, yeah, my wife at the time was like, yeah, he has. They're like, we got a drinker! And he's in a wheelchair, and yeah, it was the weirdest thing. They announced the whole hospital that I was drinking.
Really?
Yeah. And then, I had to have like a special surgeon do this thing. I saw the scar above my eyes.
That was a plastic surgeon, right?
Plastic surgeon came in and did it. And it was trauma for everybody who saw, which everyone in my life saw that happen. So that happened. And there was a time I passed out at the wedding.
Oh yeah.
For no reason, I was standing up with my buddy. I was a groomsman, and I got real hot. And I was like, I looked down. There were like 200 people. And in the program, it said what I did. It said he's an actor. He's been in this and that, this and that. This was like 20 years ago. And my mind was like, you're gonna pass out. I wasn't drunk, I wasn't hungover, nothing. I just was like, I convinced myself I was going to pass out. Next thing I know, the groom, the priest, and my buddy who's a doctor are all standing over me. In the middle of the ceremony, I have passed out. Now that was the most embarrassing thing, because then my wife at the time made me get up and walk the bridesmaid down the aisle at the end. So that was like, hi, I'm the guy that just...
What did Molly say? You don't remember you saying, she's like, you're gonna...
She said, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Embarrassed, but I'm okay. So, okay, here's what's going to happen. You're going to get up there and you're going to walk the bridesmaid down the aisle. It's like, oh, jeez. Okay. And then later that night, I was hiding in the bathroom and I heard someone say, yeah, I heard you had an iron deficiency. Like,
that's good.
People were talking about.
That's a good guess.
It's always nice to be talked about.
They say not to stand with locked knees for a long time.
Yeah.
That's
never
true,
like
yes.
this. Always like this.
Yeah. Jensen never passes up.
That's what it is.
A good blood flow.
That's what it is.
Cool as a cucumber. That might be his thing, his secret.
I don't know why they call me Wishbone. I do. I had a funny injury story one time. Was at Comic-Con with Robert, and this is years ago. Well, we weren't hosting Comic-Con at the time. We were hosting something else, some running around footage stuff. And we had gone to an after party, and we had some punch and cookies. And I think Rob had a little more punch and a few more cookies than I had. And at some point, somebody took a photo of a bunch of friends of Rob's, and who were very famous, the famous friends. And they're lining up the shot, and Harper looked at Rob and goes, kicked Rob out of the photo. Well, that went over like a Led Zeppelin. Rob went on an emotional downfall, the likes of which I've never seen before. He literally, he was like, he came over like, I'm none the wiser. I said, like, oh, I'm taking a picture of your buddy. He's like, you kicked me out, Rich! You kicked me out! I'm like, yeah, I think it was probably too tight a frame. I'm like, and he's like, no, I'm not famous, I kicked out. Bullshit, Rich, the license in the toilet. I'm like, calm down. Let's get some fresh air. Like, no, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. 20, 30 minutes later, he hasn't returned. And I'm like, oh, I go look in the bathroom. There's no Rob in the bathroom. I'm like, that mofo, get her out of here. So I went down to the front, the bouncer, I'm looking around. He's like, wait, boy. I'm like, buddy of mine, like, little guy, bump for life, thinks he got thrown into the stick. Like, yeah, that's the guy. He's like, yeah, he wandered off. Pretty dejected too. Not a good night for that one. Call him up like, you answer the phone. Fuck up, Rich! I'm like, what? What the fuck up? You left the party. When you're like, yeah, I'm lost. I don't know where I am, Rich. I wandered up. I don't know what to do. I don't know where I am. And I'm like, all right, okay, we're gonna get you back here. We're gonna get you back here, and we're gonna go to the hotel. We're gonna cap this spot. We're gonna, put a tourniquet on this whole thing and end this night. We're done. You're like, all right, what do I do? How do I get there? I don't know where I am. You're gonna call a cab. How do I call a cab, Rich? And then you're gonna raise your arm up, and when a cab goes by, you're just gonna see a cab. This is pre-Ubering, and you're gonna see a cab. You're gonna do that. You're gonna raise your arm. Raise my arm up. Where the cab's going? Which arm? It doesn't matter. It's up. They're slowing down. They're pulling over, Rich. Just going sideways. Like, no, that's what they do. That's how you get in the cab. Okay. Do I get in the front? Do I get in the back? Am I driving? No, just get in the back of the cab. He gets in the back of the cab. No. I said, you're going to give him this address. So I read the address. Like, you're going to this place, this bar, at this part of San Diego. He reads it off. You're going to this place, this part of San Diego. He's driving, Rich. Car's moving. I'm like, great. You're on your way here. I go out. I wait. Car arrives. Rob gets out. He pays. Here's the guy's credit card, and one of the guys paying. See, I got you back. I'm back, Rich. I don't know where I was, but I'm back. I'm like, I know. And we're gonna go home. We're gonna go back to the hotel. We're gonna walk it off. We're gonna walk back to the hotel. And at the scene, as the guy's giving his card back to Rob, I go, out of curiosity, where the hell did you pick this guy up? And he told me where he picked Rob up, which was right in front of our hotel. Rob walked back to the hotel. He was right where he should have been. Panicked that he was lost. Called me, took a cab back to where I was, so we could then walk back to the hotel.
I'm gonna write a book someday. All my injuries.
Yeah.
That was just my emotional injuries. That was a good story, Randy Short. Well, best times you told me.
No, good story.
Thank you for your question.
Hi, that was a very funny story. I love you guys all so much. Rob, I love you and the boys.
Thank you.
Rob, I love all the entrance theme songs when everybody comes out. How did that idea come about? I love all of them.
Well, early, now it's been about 11 or 12 years that they asked Richard to host these weekends, and he was like, well, I'll do it if I can have Rob and his band on stage with me, and we'll do kind of it's the Tonight Show. And so that was the initial concept for how these days were going to go. And actually, the first time we did it, the band stayed there for every guest, and that just became too much.
It had to work.
It's too much for me personally, like with everything else going on. So anyway, but we kept that format, which is like, Rich announcing who's next, and then the band playing them on, just like it was the Tonight Show. And so we started doing that, and we try to play songs that somehow relate to the person or the character they played, or their name. If it's Felicia Day, we'll play It's a Beautiful Day, by U2. It's like something like that.
Mr. Crowley for Shepherd.
Yeah, of course, Crowley for Shepherd. And, She's a Black Magic Woman for Ruth Connell. Anyway, so yeah, that's what it's spawned from.
It's kind of fun, like, when sometimes I don't know what they're going to do. Like, I never know what they're going to do in the entrance. And they usually pick a song from this town they're in, or whatever band it's from the area. But sometimes it's sort of a race to the most clever answer when it comes to who's gonna get what song.
Adam Rose every rose has its thorn, but the hard part is when it's multiple people. Then it's like what. So yeah, there's a.
Well, you'll see after this panel because we have the four ladies.
The ladies, yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it's really fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys might have to start doing mashups for like 4 people guests.
Oh, that's good.
It's like 2 songs put together.
Yeah.
3 songs,
Yeah.
verse that hooks. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's perfect.
Yes, I do.
It's an acapella.
Acapella?
We can kill your knees and horns. You know what I mean? There'll be a horn section.
Great idea. Horn section, yeah.
There was a time when the band was on stage the whole time that we did have a lot of fun, like freestyling songs.
We freestyle.
We come up with like,
Sebastian Roche, we'd go for hours, just him ripping on.
yeah.
Yeah, he never answered the question. He
Never
just
answered
went
the
around yelling the words, I'm too sexy.
I'm too sexy, yeah.
I've never seen a deeper V t-shirt in your life.
It's just, he, first of all, he shops at the baby gap. Secondly, they're too tight, and it's not, at that point, it's not a V. It's a shirt that's been cut in half and then sewed back. Right here. Because we go, oh no, man, this is a shirt. It's a good shirt. It's an actual shirt. It's an actual shirt. No, it is, you know.
No, it is, you know.
Can you do Sebastian for the rest of the time?
I do a good Sebastian.
We found out that Sebastian is actually in Austin working on something.
Yeah, he's shooting.
So we're trying to get him.
You see a Sebastian, little tight fellow walking around.
It might be Sebastian.
Yeah, that's Sebastian. All right, let's take a question.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm really excited to listen to Central Intelligence.
Oh, excellent.
I was wondering if you could record them from home or if you go into the studio.
You do a studio, yeah.
What is she talking about?
I did this. How do you describe what it is? It's a
Narcotic.
audible. It's an audible series. Right. So I play a character in this series, and it's an audible series.
Where can we watch this?
You can listen to it. And so it's an audible series, and it's really great. It's taken from this book, a real life story about the CIA agent that worked from like the Cold War through 9/11.
That's cool.
So like she has all these amazing stories, and so yeah, it was really fun. I went into a studio and did it, but I'm not with it. Like Ed Harris is in it. Kim Cattrall, but I didn't work with them. I worked with a reader reading their lines, and then I would just do my part. Then they edit together, all of us together. But yeah, I had a scene with Ed Harris, but I wasn't really with him in the room. But I was in a studio, and yeah, it was great.
What's your character?
It was like another CIA agent that worked with her, like boots on the ground.
Real person?
Real person, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. He's actually one of the Roosevelts. Kermit Roosevelt is his name.
Boy.
And he's one of the, like the third.
Yeah, I was thinking, Kermit's one of those names that kind of predates the 60s.
Yeah, he's like Kermit Roosevelt the third or something. It's like a, but yeah, it was really, really fun. And it's what's great about doing an Audible series is like, it doesn't even matter what I look like, it's just what I sound like, you know, but
Yeah.
it was super fun to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And when does that come out?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
What's it called?
Central Intelligence.
Hold on, he's got to ask his publicist.
Yeah, it didn't have, yeah, there was a release about it happening, but it hasn't come out yet. But soon, probably later this year.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'll let you know when it does.
All right.
Or we will let people know.
Yeah. All right, let's get to the question.
Thank you. Good to see you. I love there are people here from all over the world, though.
There's a lot of people traveling in. A lot of people. Raise your hand if you're international travel for this one.
From outside the United States.
Good on you.
Amazing.
It's a Terry Black's barbecue. Don't keep your finger in the Uber.
All right, you ready?
So I was curious, if you guys had to switch children and wives with a castmate for a week, who would it be?
How old are you?
70.
Okay, then I can tell you this. You're a sick fuck.
Hey.
Not a woman.
I'll answer Richards and.
I mean, Billy,
I think.
Rob just volunteered to have
Billy, who would you be if you could be anyone and be with their wife for 24 hours? Who would it be?
I'll be all of you.
Well, thank you, Billy. I appreciate it.
Billy doesn't like, you mean again?
Norton, I don't want to know. And Mike. Do I get the answer?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Computers don't do, robots don't do this kind of.
Robots they don't cheat.
Okay, so just to recap, my answer is Richard. Matt?
Yeah, my answer is also Richard,
Yeah.
because JC Spade is a pioneer woman, and this woman is the women amongst women, and she creates one of the greatest margaritas I've ever had. So why would you make it any
And now that I'm third in line, I'm also going to say my wife.
I will say, if she knows that it's me and not Richard, like, Casey's not having any of it. Even if I was Richard, she wouldn't be having it.
Now, listen, the kids were included in that thing, and I love
We love your voice.
Listen,
Love your voice.
it's not so much about Mike, it's about those cool ass kids.
Let's go with that narrative.
And if for some reason, because everyone's going to pick Richard, so he might be full. Matt, I'd be Matt for 24 hours.
Well, you already kind of have.
Yeah.
Rob Benedict cast Mandy Musgrave's Matt's beautiful wife in a show.
That
Just Kisser. In Kings of Con.
Not just like you kiss her, like
We
you're
handpicked the role. In fact, we wrote the role, and like, there'll be no kissing in this role. And Rob's like, I think we should add kissing. I think we need to
should not happen.
And I directed that scene, I'm not even in the scene. And it's the only scene Rob would rehearse. Every other scene, he's like, fuck it, just roll, Rich. I don't need to roll.
It had to be someone that my character normally wouldn't date because she's adorable.
I know, but it's really weird how you just had to keep running in and running in, and then I would do it like, we're great. And you're like, one more for me, I want to try it. And poor Mandy, her desperate cry for help. On her
That is
face.
not true. That gets me, whatever.
Canceled?
Yeah. And Matt was right there the whole time.
Hold on a second. Like at some point when you guys were developing this scene together, you thought, let's make this a cuckold. We'll put Matt right.
I gotta pass out again.
We'll put Rob's head here, and Matt's wife, if he's passionately in love with, head here.
Right.
And we'll have Matt stand right here. And watch him
In the
rehearse.
shot where I grab her and give her a kiss, and then, he's right there.
So close.
It's super awesome. Thank you for bringing up those memories. Thank you for your time.